Hey guys, welcome to Mustache Breaks. Today I'm going to be reviewing set 71851, Kai's Dragon Mech Battle Pack from the Ninjago theme. This set contains 85 pieces, 3 great minifigures. It costs $10 US and about £9 here in Britain. So without further ado, let's check out the build. So here we have Kai's Dragon Mech, which is the third Ninjago Battle Pack we've seen in these past few years. They've done one for Jay and one for Zane so far. This one is finally for Kai, who's probably my favourite ninja. And this one has got some dragon elements, as you can see. Some nice wings, some spikes, some claws, and a tail at the back that I'll show you in a bit. The feet use these great elements to make it look like they're like proper claws, which is pretty cool. The arms are a bit too spindly for my liking. You can really see just like all the Technic bits and ball joints and stuff. I mean, come on, this hand is made of 4 pieces. Come on, guys. The cockpit has room to put Kai in. The cockpit uses this pretty cool piece that is used in a lot of other mechs. So you can put Kai in there as well. And once we put Kai in there, it looks pretty good, to be honest. It really tops off the whole build, especially with that really big helmet. When we turn the mech around, we can see a bit of a closer look at the wings and tail element, which look really cool. I believe these wings are dual molded, but I'm not really sure because I've never had this piece before. But yeah, it's pretty cool. There's some nice yellow, orange, and red, and same on the other side. But the tail element is probably the best. As you can see, it uses this new orangey leaf piece specifically designed for this wave. Comes in a lot of different colours like gold and this kind of cool pearlescent one that I'll show you in a later review. It has a nice little belt to hold the swords in, which is pretty handy when Kai's piloting the mech. As you can see, it's very articulate and you can move around the legs and arms and things as with basically any mech. Wings can also move as well as the tail. It's very cool. Now let's compare it to Jay's mech. So here is Jay's mech from 2024, and obviously this is the new Kai mech from 2026. So you can see they're very, very similar kind of builds. They have the same cockpit element, but the dragon emblem is obviously different, and I feel like the Dragon Kai one is a lot taller in a way. Especially kind of if you compare like that. I think it's the legs that just make him a little taller, because I don't really know actually, but yeah, I don't know which one I prefer, because obviously Jay's is very sleek and simple, but Kai has all those cool dragon elements with like the shoulders and the spikes and things. But I do quite like how streamlined Jay's is. So I don't know. It's up to you. What do you think? Anyway, let's move on to the minifigures. So here we have the 3 minifigures, aka the selling point of this set. You get kind of half-baked dragon form Kai, Sora, and this like earth monster guy who's very, very cool. So, starting off, we have Kai, who is... I don't really know how I feel about this figure. Obviously, it's not really his full dragon form. They've just got the helmet, and not really the rest of the wings and tail stuff like this dragon form Nia figure that's available in the Ryu set from this wave. As you can see, Kai is missing a tail and wings. So, yeah. I do think it's just a little bit rough that he doesn't have all the stuff. Obviously, he needs to fit in the mech so he can pilot it and stuff, but still, I mean... yeah, it doesn't really look correct. And the torso looks a bit of a mess, without all the extra bits to make it special. But it has got some nice gold printing, and obviously underneath the cool hood, that's Kai's normal face and his sort of mask thing as well. So, yeah, not a bad figure, but I mean, it would have been nice if they included the wings and tail, which obviously probably would have bumped the price up of the set, but I mean, come on, guys. Up next is Sora, who is reusing her spectral suit from last year's Summer Wave, which I think is just kind of okay, It's got the same torso and legs, but the shoulder armor and half mask are new for this kind of combination of parts, at least. But yeah, I mean, I only got one of the spectral suits, so I don't really mind, getting this figure. And apparently they're going to use them in season 4 anyway. They're going to use the spectral suits in season 4 of the show, so it's just fine. And this is my second or third Sora figure I've ever got, so I don't really mind it. The swords look pretty cool on the back. I like the little kind of sparkles and sprinkles going down her suit. See the little cat face as well. It's cool. But yeah, it's sort of like a combination of the tournament suits and the spectral suits in a way with this design. But yeah, I don't really mind it. And if you don't have many Sora figures, this set is probably the perfect time to get a Sora figure. And coming in last, but definitely not least, this is the Earth Monster, also known as the Tar Monster. I'm not really sure. I do think Earth Monster is kind of the term used in sets in the show, but Tar also works, you know. Anyway, it's got some nice orange armor, which is like transparent. You can kind of see through it. It's got this awesome new helmet that sort of resembles like a scarab beetle in a way. Not really scarab, what I'm trying to say. Beetles that have the big fancy things on top. You know what I mean? And yeah, looks very cool. And you've got these like cracked earth design coming out. It's got this like emblem, which I believe is related to the Loyalists, that also come in other sets. And yeah, it's cracked earth. It's sort of like molten rock, kind of coming out like tectonic energy. And obviously the headpiece looks really cool as well. It comes with this cool hammer. In other sets, they just come with more of these little pincer things to like grab people with, but in this set you get a hammer, which is sort of reminiscent of coal, but you know, they have the element of earth, they share that, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I do think it's probably the highlight of the set, and I think it's better value to get like this set and get this guy in this set than buy the spinner, because obviously he gets his own spinner, but I don't really like the spinners, and I do think this is just better value because you get 3 figures as opposed to 2 like in the spinners. And you know, I'm pretty sure he might be missing his armor in the spinner. I'm not really sure. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. But just before we move on to my final verdict, let's check out the box of this set, which is pretty cool. You know, it's got the piece count, everything up there. Sora and the Earth Monster running towards each other, and Kai kind of looming overhead with his nice claws going around. And as you can see on the back, there's sort of this like woodland treehouse. Maybe it is a reference to the treehouse battle set that's coming out. You can see Kai's doing some tricks over there. Just overhead, the Earth Monster is watching. So yeah, now then, let's move on to the final verdict. So, in conclusion, what do I think about this set? I think it is very, very good. Now, it might just be my favourite out of the 3 battle mechs. I don't know why, I just really like the Earth Monster, and it's a cheap way to get Sora. And, well, the Kai figure is a bit of a letdown, you know. It just doesn't look very good by itself, I don't think. Really could have done with the wings and tails and things, but in a way, it does sort of have the full dragon form if you just put him in the mech, but I don't know, just by itself it doesn't look great. But the mech is brilliant, and yeah, it's good value. $10, £9, probably like €10 is great. But yeah, I mean, definitely better than the spinners in my opinion. Yeah, I would definitely check it out. So I'm gonna give it probably a 4 out of 5. Just like high figure that slightly lets it down. So thank you for watching my first video, guys, and bye.